outsider, I can see, I see the steps maybe at a larger scale, or just seeing stuff kind of come together, but
That's cool to hear.
yeah.
Because I've started to notice a similar thing once I've stepped back and kind of look at the body of work over the past year. I've noticed just when I'm in it each day, it's play. It'll be like marker drawing, and then when my brain gets involved, and I'm like, oh, maybe I could do this, or I drop it and I jump to the pastels. If that starts happening with that, I'll drop it and move to acrylic painting. If it happens with that, I'll just stop painting or making stuff that day. I'll just play with the family, or do something else completely different.
Yeah.
But I've noticed it's the first thing I was trying to talk about, how it's so intertwined. It's hard to talk about one or the other. I think why I was suffering with feeling I was being pulled between family and art, is because I saw them as separate. But once I realized that they're not at all, things started to balance and harmonize, and that's what I've noticed. Basically, as cheesy as it sounds, it's like that's how it all is, I guess.
I mean, isn't that what it's all about, though? As far as family, giving every part of you to the family, and then letting the family enrich you as well. That's kind of ideal, I would say.
Yes.
I think not a lot of people necessarily achieve.
Yeah, I guess you're right, and I think it's cool to maybe lead by example. Like when we're just memories, kids will be like, my dad was like always like working on something, but not in the way where he's like in a mysterious shed somewhere. Like he's here with us, maybe.
Going to work.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Like I want us to paint in a studio, but the big reason I haven't made a jump to do any of that is because I can't imagine tattooing and then being like, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to the studio. Like I like them being.
That would keep the separation in your life, probably.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Maybe one day you'll need a little separation. So I'm like, fuck you, Dad.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. But until that day comes, I'm trying to cherish every second.
Yeah, and maybe this kind of environment will avoid that. Some families stay really tight and really open, and it can be like a great, teamwork, the whole thing, in a way that transcends like the parent-kid kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah, that's cool.
This one I was not really wanting to make a head or a figure of something. I wanted to just kind of have fun with the full-on everything automatic. So the first thing was just this shape. I was thinking mushrooms. No, not mushroom. Maybe a pot. No. And then, this was like really grappling with trying to stop listening to the thoughts and steering it. Like these were some of the workouts and heavy lifting to get rid of those built-in habits I had.
Let's talk about automatic drawing.
Yeah, cool.
That you've been doing a bunch of lately.
The automatic drawing, the furthest that has started to go is with actual just ink onto paper, but that started an interesting way. A couple years ago, I did a mural in the lobby of a business, and it's just kind of like reverse Borneo shapes. But it's not Borneo, but it's kind of...
It's like a weed store or something?
Yes, the lobby of a dispensary.
Yes.
And I spent 2 days kind of like penciling everything on, just the way I could see it hugging certain pipes and doorways and parts of the lobby.
Yeah.
And then lined it all with the Posca marker, and then there was like 4 days worth of just filling in black. And my daughters and wife came in and they helped me one of the days, and then they left. And the next day I go in and I'm just filling in black. I'm up on a ladder, and I'm about 4 hours in on filling in black on this day, and all of a sudden, it was scary. I thought I was experiencing like psychosis or something, but I couldn't remember my name, who I was. That I was like, I know I have people that love me. Like there's 3 of them, And I was trying to remember, and I knew if I like turned my head, this all happened in a split second. It's not like I was sitting there freaking out for like this was like an instant second, but
yeah.
And I knew that if I turned my head to look where I was, then everything would come back. But part of me was like, I shouldn't have to turn my head to know what's going. I literally thought I was losing my mind, but it was a familiar feeling. Like it felt. The only thing similar to that feeling is, psilocybin mushrooms that's the only thing that's similar to what I was trying to describe. But it was a split second. It wasn't like, and then everything came. I thought I remembered, but there was a gap, which was freaky. And then I kind of wanted to welcome that feeling. It felt like a headspace that you could kind of bring on,
Yeah.
So it didn't happen again that day. Like I was quiet happening inside. And I got done, I left. The next day, though, I was like, I thought a lot about it that whole night into the next day, and I realized, like, I was like, maybe there's a couple things that led up to that. So I was thinking maybe it's the painting being so big that you can't see. Yeah, or like the peripheral is past your field of vision, and that mixed with automatic, just filling in black, not thinking like, oh, I should put a line here, or look, this will just autopilot. So a combination of like the passing the peripheral, the autopilot, and just all of that. So I was like, the next day I welcomed it, and sure enough, I could start to like welcome that feeling again. So then after the mural was done, then I started to create that same environment at home. So I started to paint bigger paintings where I would be right up on it and I couldn't see my peripheral, and it started to unlock certain things. And I started to notice, like, whenever you started painting, or anything, a tattoo, a book, or whenever you start something, it's almost like a vacuum is created, and it can only be filled with the completion of that piece, or the just disowning, like, I guess it should be disowned the entire time. Like, that's part of it I've noticed as well. Like, you can't, well, try not to get tangential here is what I'm saying.
Let's go.
So,
I think that's unavoidable on this topic.
yes. Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
But that's the whole thing, exploring the tangents, exploring the things that spring off of that. Sounds like it's the whole name of the game as far as like analyzing this experience.
Yes, I guess I'm just saying that in a real long way, but yeah. And that's where this shape that is on some of the paintings came from. It started, it sounds so silly, but like as you're painting, you'll just see things kind of, and that was one of the things that made everything click, that was like a missing piece that needed to be there, but it didn't feel like it came from me, you know what I mean? And then I was like, how can I just feel like that all the time? Like nothing is actually coming from me or from you, or how can I just let these things flow?
Just hold your breath for a long time.
Yeah.
That's interesting to consciously chase that state of mind, because I don't think you can just, here we are, I'm ready. It's cool to hear you break it down, how you kind of try to recreate that thing in different time and space.
Yes.
An occurrence that was an accident almost, or not intentional.
And even the words, I feel like, fall flat in what I'm really trying to say, but yeah.
It'd be interesting for you to see a video of yourself in that split second, because it probably would have looked like nothing happened.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it would have just been on your back. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yep.
So how long has this character been oozing out of you? Because it seems like it came on heavy not so long ago.
He came, I want to say, I don't know, not a year ago though. And it started from the marker drawings. And one night my daughter, my oldest of the two, loves Jerry Garcia for some reason, and wanted to watch videos of him playing. So I was showing her live videos of him playing, and then I started doodling, and I was trying to draw Jerry's face. And then I drew him old Jerry with the big white beard, and then I was like, oh, maybe I'll make his beard longer, and then and then it just started to look kind of like this guy, and it wasn't Jerry anymore. Then it was just this wizard-esque kind of person.
Yeah.
And then he was just so fun to draw that I kept drawing him. And the first couple versions of him didn't really look how he looks now, but just like showing up every day at the same time and having a devotion, like a practice to drawing him, he became more and more clear, more and more focused, and I started to kind of feel his temperament, kind of what he's like. He started to feel real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have a couple different folders of the Observer. This is just not a story. These are just photos of him, but just images of him. But then there's photos. Yeah. To me, I guess they. Yeah. And all these are just ink to paper automatics. So these are the early ones. So you're gonna kind of see him change. Like these are from the beginning, and then he just started to become that after a while. Some of the most fun to draw with automatics is just kind of like weird machine stuff. And then it's funny because it starts looking like it's something, like it makes sense, but it's really nothing. This one he's trying to remember the last two steps to the solving a Rubik's Cube. while he's fishing. But the main point, the through line with all of these is no reference and no, like, pencil first, then sketch. It's just see what comes out and submit to it. And sometimes when something goes how you're not, it's just weird, and you follow it, it turns into, it's basically like you channel this onto the paper, and then you get to look at it with, like, later and be like, whoa, like, I feel like I'm looking at someone else's work when I draw these. Also, my kids want to know what he looks like without a hat on, so I try to figure it out, but I don't know yet. None of those are right.
When your question is actually a bunch of questions.
When's the best time this weekend to host a backyard barbecue? And what's something impressive I can grill that I don't have to stand right next to the whole time?
Just ask Google.
Hey buddy, what's the damage?
Oh, it's a lot. You got court costs, attorney fees, higher insurance, damage to the car, DUI fines, not to mention the damage to your social life.
Drinking and driving costs more than your drinks. It could cost a life.
You wash your whole body every day, so why don't you wash your whole mouth?
Listerine and wash your mouth.
This is MMA at the highest level. A true super fight.
You know Harbor Freight for affordability, but durability goes right along with it. You see, we test, and then we test again. Now, it's time for you to put us to the test. Whatever you do it for us at Harbor Freight.
I think one day I want to make mobiles if it feels right, but that's something that started to spawn from him. I'm like, oh, I want to make like Borneo-esque shaped mobile pieces that don't touch, but they like cross through each other, you know, and then these ones I made one after another one night. I wanted to explore the idea of him sitting in this pot for so long that this tree grew around him, just so we could see what it would feel like to do that, and then some of it he was like manipulating the tree, I guess, with his glasses. I kind of feel like everything he can see through his glasses he can alter, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
It's cool how the lore just gets deeper and deeper as you explore the different possibilities.
Exactly. That whole idea of why a wizard looking at a phone feels wrong is what's so cool about it, because I feel like we're all wizards, so it should look like that when you look at anybody looking at a phone. You know what I mean? Like,
Man, that is very cool.
thank you. Thank you for looking at each one of them. It's kind of tied into what I was trying to get at earlier today when I was tattooing your shoulder, about how it's like I can see each person not as like a client or you're older than me or younger. It kind of feels like I can see the child in each person, and it's what I mean by that is like the thought of tattooing one of my own kids. It's terrifying. It's like to permanently mark you, and that same feeling of thinking about tattooing them transfers into everybody that I tattoo. You know what I'm saying? So there's this heaviness to everyone. Like the fact that it hurts. You know, the fact that they're gonna be looking at it way longer than I am. You know, and it all. You feel like no matter what, at the root of it is service. Like you're like like Hanuman service. You know, not like service. Like how you think. Like someone who, might be doing a service job with bitterness, like, oh, I want to be cleaning up. And some people might like it, but you know what I mean? It's not a service like, well, I got to do whatever they ask. That's not what I mean by, because I hear some tattooers be like, it's a service, it doesn't have to be fun. Or like, my parents were always like, life is hard, it's work, it doesn't have to be fun, and I'm kind of glad they said that, because I could, you can learn a lot about what not to do from certain people. It's kind of like that. It's like, that doesn't feel right or something, right? Like, and the pursuit of fun, I think, drives everything, all of it, too.
I hate to chalk stuff up to luck, because I think luck, like, diminishes work and stuff that people put in, but I think that we're lucky that the thing we love is a feasible career path.
Yes.
Or it can be, for the right people and the right, personality type and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's lucky to be a tattooer necessarily, because there's so much work that goes into it.
Mm-hmm.
Even to do it at a mediocre level is like such a high amount of work to get to
Yes.
even that point.
Yeah.
So to take it further,
For some reason, fortunate sounds better, but I guess luck and fortune is the same thing, I guess.
I've just known people who are like, oh, you're so lucky, do
Yeah,
something you
yeah.
love. And I'm like, I understand that shouldn't offend me, but I'm like, God,
Yeah,
sure,
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
yeah.
But like, there's an element to that. It's
Yeah,
like the thing we love, we're lucky that we can do this and people pay us for it and it can support
Yes.
our families and
I
give us
agree
freedom.
with what you're saying. It almost sounds, to me, it comes across as like they're diminishing the amount of work it took to get to be able
But I
to.
know that they're not.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I guess it's more they're probably projecting because they're like, I work, this job, and maybe it's not fueling my passions or tickling my funny bones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get it.
Which I've seen people turn tattooing into that, though,
Yeah.
For themselves. I mean,
And that's what I mean. If you let it kind of pile on you and just become this thing.
I see what you mean.
I felt like that though in tattooing, and it sucks.
Mhm.
And like trying to pull out of that, I don't know. I felt the last number of years, I feel like I've kind of hit a stride where I'm able to appreciate it for what it is in a way that's like long term. I can plug my brain into it and it just feels good all the time.
I've dabbled with an interesting scenario where when I'll have a lot of time just to create freely and fun. Like when that first started unfolding about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, there was this interesting mental thing that was happening when I would go to the shop to tattoo where, because at first it felt like there was a slight separation between the two. It felt like tattooing is very like each step is very structured and it builds on the next and it which is what at the time but it felt like the opposite of play and all this. And it didn't, what I started to notice that week where it was like, well, kind of what I was talking about with the heaviness that comes with tattooing somebody. I felt like I could be doing an injustice or a disservice to people by tattooing them if I'm in that headspace. So instead of pushing through and just doing it, I took a little bit of time away and realized that that's an illusion that there's a separateness between the two at all. Like, tattooing can have the same play and fun energy that the paintings and stuff do too. But I notice it's teamwork. You can't just walk in and be like, I'm gonna have fun today and play. Like,
Look how world.
yeah, like that person you're tattooing has to vibrate at the exact same frequency for that to
Yeah.
be possible, And then if they're not, it's awesome too. If they're like, no, this isn't whatever, it's like awesome,
Yeah. Do you feel like your clients have been pretty open to like different ideas and stuff that you've been pushing, or
I'd
did it take
say
a while to click?
it recently it's been simultaneous with the evolution. Like I'll be working with something new will unfold, and then that week at the shop, the way I've been tattooing a lot lately, unless it's like a sleeve or a back or something where I have to have it prepared beforehand, I like to sit and talk and figure it out with them and everything, and that has been really helping the playful nature of it with certain people who are into that, because it can change day to day. Like I love the idea of both people waking up having no idea what permanent thing they're about to make. It's like, and then those days always end the best. Like they're always, both people are surprised at whatever it was made, and the tattooer and the person getting tattooed.
So if I guess the focus is kind of just play and freedom and trying to keep that at the forefront of your approach as far as like the more overarching quest, where do you want to go with everything? Like what are your goals?
So that's interesting too. I've noticed that things that I deeply wanted when I was in single digit numbers in my life were seeds being planted. And now it took 20 years or so, but I'm seeing that the things I was planting in my youth are blooming finally now. And I didn't realize that was even happening until recently. So as far as goals, I see them more. It's almost like I feel like it's a lot like how dreams can work, where you'll be like, man, I really hope I don't get chased by a monster, and all of a sudden you're being chased by some kind of monster. That's how I feel like this waking reality works, but it abides by physical time. So the things that you repel or avert from or really desire, that'll happen. It just has to abide by the way time is and stuff. So I I don't really set rigid goals. Like, I'm not like, one day I'm gonna be doing this or that. Like, I see it more like hunger for certain things, and then the way it just organically unfolds is better than I could try to plan. You know, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, I guess if I had to define it,
My
as
bad,
an
chat.
outsider, to see the way that you put so much out,
Had
it
to
seems like
lose.
the journey is more than the destination. You know,
What?
It's very played out kind of saying, but it
What?
seems to be true.
There's a talk show that out of Shrewsbury.
I know what I did.
A couple years ago.
It be like that,
said
chat.
something similar to the end that you're saying. I was like, the amount that you have
Just a
here
tad.
now in the world, like it's so much. And he said something like,
Not too
to
dry.
quote exactly, but he said something like, the moment I was born, the house was set on fire, and I've just been trying to throw as much out the window before it goes up in flames. And I was like, oof, yeah, yes, yeah, but oh, like it was just, it just made so much sense.
Yeah, no, that does make sense.
That's how it feels.
Well, sometimes you do a drawing and it's not what you want it to be. Sometimes you do a tattoo, it's not what you want it to be.
Well, the only freedom is in realizing that nothing is ever what you want it to be. It's like in Hinduism or Vedanta, it's called renunciation of the fruits of the action, right? Which means I do my best at whatever I'm doing, the best that I can in this moment, and the result of that is not up to me. It's like with the ceramics, what goes into the kiln is different than what comes out of the kiln, and I'm not in control what emerges from the kiln. I'm not in control whether I like it, or I hate it, or I think it's beautiful, or I think it's garbage, or other people love it, you know?
Right.
Like, I'm not in control of any of the outcomes of the action, but what I can control is how well I do the action, like how present I am for it, but beyond that, you know? But like, yeah, there's a real freedom in going, I don't know.
Some things. You know it. Why my stomach goes bubbling. Like OD. I'm really trying to do this with the uncomfortableness of my stomach right now. What the fuck am I control at?
Is this what cycling really looks like? You're not here to show off. You're here to show up. For yourself.
It's gonna be such
not
a
the self.
beautiful piece.
Alright, Clark. No BS.
look up what Kuan Yin means. You just put something in the chat. Whoever that was, say something else in the chat. Because for some reason it's not popping up. But it popped up for the split on the screen. But not in the chat box, whatever. It's crazy. I was like, I'm getting close. Cause like the song that I had at first kind of sounded like it. And I was like, man, just trust it. This is the exact one I've been looking for on YouTube. Couldn't find it for the longest. Don't this sound so relaxing, y'all? I swear, at a point in time in my life, this shit made me cry. I was going through it. Y'all look up what Kuan Yin means, and you will understand where I'm coming from with this. I will tell you a lot about Kuan Yin, about like y'all doing research for yourself. You gotta research yourself. I'm gonna put it in the chat box. This is how you say it. Type one. Kuan Yin. This shit go crazy in the headphones. No kizzy. Playing this shit the whole time. I'm gonna keep it a band with y'all. The whole time I'm drawing. It's gonna give me the energy to really like make this a great piece. This is my first Kuan Yin piece. No, actually my second. My first one was digital. Hold on, I'll show you real quick. I did it on my iPad. I just seen it the other day too. This is Kuan Yin on the Lotus. Hold on, it's taking a minute to load. barbecue. I think I did this 2023. Nah, 2024. November 21st, 2024. Yep. Yeah, so that's her on the lotus. This is her on the dragon. They all have like different meanings too. Like I just looked up what it means. Her being on a dragon. Fuck. Did I just say this thing? Alright, the dragon is a symbol of wisdom and purity. Right. So, okay, look. It's symbol, okay. Kuan Yin riding the dragon showed her gliding over vast waters, symbolizing the journey through the ocean of suffering. The dragon serves as her vehicle, carrying her safely through the waves, just as her teaching guides her through life's struggles. What do Kuan Yin symbolize? As you can see in the picture, she's a female. She represents compassion and nurturing care. So the story, right, with Kuan Yin, she was going to go to heaven, right? She felt like it was her time to go to heaven. She was gonna go to heaven, but she felt like her work wasn't done yet. So she turned back around, came back to Earth to help serve the planet Earth from suffering, and like basically you call on this deity when you dealing with like basically when you cry or you feel a way about something. She's there to help you through your problems, your issues, your struggles, whatever. So that would made her turn back around from actually going to heaven. Because if she hadn't went to heaven, she would have been resting, and her work would have been done. But she felt like her work wasn't done on planet Earth, so she chose to go back to planet Earth and help those who cry out to her name. That's why they said she is the feminine version of compassion and nurturing. She nurtures her children, which is those who acknowledge her and who's suffering and looking for help, basically. So this is in the Buddhism, East Buddhism aspect, right? And how I even came across Kuan Yin, because there's a Buddhist temple in Virginia Beach that I always was going to, and they have 2 Kuan Yin statues at this Buddhist temple, and one of them stands out a lot, and most it stands out and it's very high. And I read because they have like underneath the statue like a plaque of like what she do, what she is, where the origin of her meaning came from, and the meaning, you know what I'm saying, is basically what I told y'all was that was what said in the plaque. So on the plaque it said Kuan Yin on top. And I'm like, oh wow, my nickname is Kuan. And so happily her name is Kuan Yin. So it was like, dang, like, I like this. So I started giving interest into it. And then the fact that I like Buddhism because they really in tune with mindfulness, meditation, you know what I'm saying? They really into that. So that drew me even more by the simple fact that her name was Kuan Yin. So, and to read more about her and what she's meaning, like what she mean in her story, made me draw into it even more. So over time, I started doing my research. I started looking up mantras. I came across this mantra a while ago, and it just always like calms me down, relax me, relax my mind, brings me at peace. Like I remember I added this into one of my third out five episodes that you can watch now on all podcast apps. The episode is called Third Eye Five Networking Event 2023, and I have this playing in the intro, and it goes so well with the intro. Then I fade it in, then we go into the segment of that event. So this song always stuck with me. Like I said, I came across Kuan Yin at this Buddhist temple, the statue. This was like 2017. Did a video. Let's see if we can pull the video up. Let's see if we can pull the video up, chat. Let's see if we can pull the video up. Watch the video real quick.
Just that feeling. It's
Y'all gonna see a major throwback, like major throwback. Check this out. 7 years ago. That's when it all started. You'd be surprised what you find in the darkness. After I finished this drawing, you know what I'm saying, this design, I just knew instantly what I'm supposed to be doing. It was like my vision of life changed, and I knew I had to get myself from the bottom. This time last year, I was kicked out the crib, down back, making things happen. I'm very grateful for all my ups and downs to get me at this point in my life now. See, that's the Kuan Yin back there. One in the middle. 2017 when it dropped, 7 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I put it out February 7th, 2018. Sheesh. Let me see if this still up. This website. Oh, the website's still up. Oh, wow. Wow, Jack. I haven't been on this website forever. Y'all see this shit. Oh, this bitch. 2019. Ain't even got shit up here for real. This the old website. Niggas only got 3 merch up here. Only got 3 merch. Classic, man. Classic. Good stuff. Yeah, in the background, it was this song through. Let's listen to this. This shit hard, too. I dropped this 8 years ago. Can y'all hear it, chat? Come on, chat.
Baby, you know what I go through. I said, baby, you know what I go through. Got myself out the hole, now I'm back at my goals. Now I'm grinding for more, now I'm back doing shows. Now I got my own clothes, and my ex and some more. Well, focus on the road, look at what life is offering. Coming back from everything, fuck the shit you talked about. One eye open with a closed mouth. Now I'm reaching destiny, now these exes calling me, trying to get next to me. Where your ass is at, where my mom left me. Where your ass is at, where my car had me. Sleeping in the backseat, can you feel me? Yeah, no, this wasn't like me. Well, now I got a new one, and she wifey. And she wifey.
Bro, what?
I can laugh at this shit now.
8 years ago.
Money, playing games. Trying to find my way. Trying to find my way. I say things aren't the same. Money, playing games. Trying to find my way. Trying to find my way. Hey.
You know what's crazy? My boy Dre recorded this song, man. I remember this shit. We was in his house. And
Who wants to save up to $1 a gallon on gas?
Like, he real life recorded this shit. Like, Instant classic. Instant classic. Man, that shit's so touching, bro. That shit hit to this day. To this day. To this day. Now I just want to listen to my old shit now. Y'all got me in the mood. Low key. Low key. Damn. I got so much music up here. Let me see. I got this other drum. This is a good song right here. Let's see. Is he gonna play chat? I know I'm gonna play my shit. Dropped this 10 years ago. Good. 10 years ago, fam. Years ago, fam. Alright, see.
I got souls to save a life. I got souls to save a life.
We playing old vibes, y'all.
I got souls to save a life. I got souls to save a life. A girl hit me up that I haven't heard from in a long while. Through the long while. She was going through trials and tribulations. Her life was impatient. It was fast paced. Forever relocating. Back-to-back babies with a stuck-up nigga. Love and affection crazy. Pops died. Her tears never faded. So drugs kept her entertaining. The darkness in 3 stages. Trying to keep blood off the pavement. Following her mom's footsteps. Losing her to bottles. Now she losing herself to pill swallows. No role models.
Look how young that
sounds. Learning her history is just as good as learning the Bible.
It's
Learning
2015.
your history is just as good as learning the Bible. Learning the Bible is life. Yeah.
Saving souls from the sales. Saving souls, they don't know what they hold. Saving souls, opening up their minds. Potential deep, and all I see is mountains they climb.
A lot of people come for me for help. Usually my exes, my thoughts tell me they're past them, but always ask them what is wrong. Same question to my niggas. If it weren't for asking, some of my niggas will be gone. My niggas had his finger on the trigger, texting me. He can't live on. I'm there for him. Thank God and I pray for him. No more stressing them. I still pray for a job for him. Need more studio equipment, more beats that I can get on. Just know your life is everything when your dream is being fed on. Yeah.
Saving souls from the sales.
I could really say what made me do this song was that my boy Dre was really, he hit me up one day. It was at nighttime. I'll never forget this shit. This was like, I think like the end of 2014. He was like, bro, I don't want to live no more. Bro, he told me he had to gun in his hand and everything. I'm like, bro, what you mean, bro? Like, come on, bro, we got this shit going, we got music going, like, we make beats, like, bro, we gotta keep going, we gotta keep pushing, bro, like, straight up. Like, bro was like real life crying to me, and that shit really blew, like, real life blew my mind, like, he would think of some shit like that. So I was like, I gotta put something together, man, I gotta put something together. And then I had somebody else telling me about some suicidal and shit. I was like, man, I gotta make something. So like stuff like this go hand in hand, like go back to Kuan Yin. Compassion, the worries, the struggle, those in those time of needs that help. The correlation with this shit, man, it's crazy. But yeah, y'all get the gist, man. Y'all know where to find me. Y'all want to listen to my shit. But I realized I forgot all about that song too. Reminiscing like a mug. Alright, about to finish drawing. Excuse me. It's like really like all the music that I have made really like have like deep meanings behind it. It's like something like a driving force of like me doing it and putting it out. It's like it's for a reason. And sometimes a bigger reason than what I can understand at the moment. Just like me putting out content and streaming and talking about certain things. It's like a meaning and a driving force of like putting something that's meaningful out versus just putting BS in me just doing shit, you know? Cause you know how like people would just be putting out BS content. It don't even really stand and mean for nothing. Should be cool and all, I guess, but What are you doing? What are you aspiring? Who are you touching? Who lives you changing? Like when it's all said and done, when you can say you have done good on this planet type shit. What separates you from other people? You know what I mean? Like that's just how I view things. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm drawing her body fast as a mug. Like this shit, I'm seeing it coming together already. I really didn't know how this shit was gonna play out. So tomorrow, guys, I'm definitely streaming my neck tat session tomorrow. So be ready. Shit, really, this piece is really coming together, chat. I'm liking it too. Just gotta do her hands better. Her little fingers. fingers right. What I can really say that be challenging part about drawing someone is the hair. Um, yeah, the hair and like critiquing the hands, like making sure they are precise, like freestyling it, like going off your own strength of drawing it versus tracing it be hard as a bit. No cap. But this is the whole point of me drawing so I can get used to freestyle, like free-handedly drawing it without even have to stencil it or trace over it. You know what I mean? Just have that strength. And that'd be the thing too when I was young. Or in like drawing, I really didn't practice drawing. Or I wasn't really drawing a lot like I should. But when it was time to, I knew what to do, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Cause it was like I liked drawing, but I didn't at the same time. It was like a love and hate thing. But getting into tattooing made me love it more, or have a better liking and love for it now. Cause now it's just like I love drawing now, or creating art pieces, like either it's tattooing, drawing, painting. I just love doing it now. Oh, this shit is crazy. And me having this dragon, like, I know once I paint this, it's gonna look crazy. Cause I'm gonna add clouds. I'm gonna add the clouds going around it. I'm gonna add his arms, his legs. Cause you see here in the painting got his arms, legs, all this. I ain't got none of that yet. I just got the body of it. You know what I mean? Just only got the body of it. See that chat? But I still gotta draw the arms, legs on the dragon. Everything else I got to, as far as the head goes. The whole body shebang. Shebang, shebang. And the ears too be tough too, like drawing the right type of ears on the body, getting the ears right. Cause you can draw some ears on somebody and it don't even look like it's their ears. They look all funny looking, like they extraterrestrial or some shit. So like ears, hair be like tough. It'd be tough for me in a way. So look. To really see what I'm doing, gotta join the Twitch. Gotta join the Twitch. So, let me see. You can see out there. Excuse me. So again, gotta make sure the hair is right. And the nose too be tough. The nose be tough. Can you see it? Alright. Yeah. The lighting here is difficult too. It's like I gotta angle it. Gotta angle it. Can't make the list too big, cause she ain't gonna got no big lips like that. I'm on to something though. on to something, chat. Oh, chat. Oh, chat. Make her cheeks a little more snug. A little more snug. Is that even a word? Snug. shits is hard as fuck. Somebody find me these shits ASAP. Somebody find me these shits ASAP. You know I like different shit. KD. KD been snapping lately. KD been fucking snapping lately. Balenciaga got basketball shoes. Oh, these are shit that LeBron was wearing at the fucking shit. I'm like, yo, I ain't never seen them shit. Look at these. These low key fire, low key. Low key, low key, low key. I don't know, it's a player. Oh, these are LeBron Air Force Ones. Word. That's hard. So men rocking crop tops is really a thing right now and shit. Shit's kinda crazy. I see how the face coming along, chat. Digging it, chat. I'm digging it. It's like the hard part is already finished, chat. So now it's just like detailing it. Detailing and getting it right. This nigga really doing 30 days in a mall. It's crazy. Just imagine if I like streamed for 3 years straight and I turn my shit off. Like, how crazy that would be. Man, how crazy would that be, chat? Who would watch me the whole time? Will be the real question. Who would watch me the whole time? Like, there's really a streamer out there named that was on Streamer University, and she been on stream for 3 years straight. That shit's crazy. I really feel like the detailing part is like my favorite part. Cause this is when you start bringing the best out of the picture. Well, out of the drawing, you know. Like once you get all the major hard parts out, this is like your time to shine. fingers, chat. It's so hard. Really challenging, should I say. Gotta get them fingers right. Fingers looking at ass. Probably say the fingers for last though. Yeah, really get them shit right.
alleviating suffering and offering solace. As the goddess of mercy and the compassionate protector, she bridges the divine with the earthly, attending to the cries of those in distress and guiding them towards enlightenment. Her domain extends beyond mere acts of kindness. She embodies the spirit of universal love and compassion, often playing a crucial role in the spiritual and physical well-being of both gods and mortals. Join us as we explore the legacy of Kuan Yin, a deity whose influence permeates the foundations of mercy and compassion. This is the story of Kuan Yin, the Chinese goddess of mercy, the protector of humanity, and the revered divine guide. Kuan Yin's origins trace back to ancient China. Before she became known as Kuan Yin, she was Avalokiteshvara, a male bodhisattva in Indian Buddhism, revered for his boundless compassion. As Buddhism spread to China, the figure of Avalokiteshvara underwent a transformation, aligning more closely with the cultural values and spiritual needs of the Chinese people. This transformation saw Avalokiteshvara take on a more feminine form, becoming Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy. Kuan Yin's earthly story begins with her birth as Miao Shan, the youngest daughter of King Zhuang of Chu and Lady Yin. From a young age, Miao Shan displayed a profound spiritual inclination, often spending her days in meditation and prayer. Her gentle nature and deep empathy for all living beings set her apart from her family. Despite her father's expectations for her to marry and continue the royal lineage, Miao Shan's heart was set on a different path. When she grew old enough, the king, desiring to strengthen his kingdom through strategic alliances, sought to marry Miao Shan off to a wealthy and influential suitor. However, Miao Shan refused, expressing her wish to become a Buddhist nun and dedicate her life to spirituality, celibacy, and the service of others. She said she would only agree to marriage if it would help solve three problems: the suffering of age, the suffering of sickness, and the suffering of death. Her refusal infuriated her father, who could not understand her rejection of a life of luxury and power. Unable to find a match that could meet her demands, her father reluctantly agreed to allow her to join a Buddhist temple. In a desperate attempt to force her into marriage, the king subjected Miao Shan to various punishments and hardships. He ordered the monks to give Miao Shan the hardest work to discourage her, forcing the young girl to work day and night without sleep. She was sent to work in the palace garden, hoping that the hard labor would break her spirit. But Miao Shan remained resolute, finding solace and strength in her connection to the divine. Her compassion extended even to the plants and animals she tended, and she performed many small acts of kindness that endeared her to the palace staff. Much to the king's dismay, the young forest animals who lived around the temple took pity on the Miao Shan and began to help her with the chores. He became so